Everything on my dick, I know she like it 'cause she
When, Master, please wake up, you are getting late. You said while looking at the particular person who was sleeping peacefully, and this is the eighth time you were calling him, but he wasn't ready to get up. You also got frustrated, but he's your master, so you can't do anything with this. You went near him and was about to pull his blanket. But before you could touch the blanket, suddenly he held your wrist and pulled you on the bed before hovering over you. You screamed as it was all unexpected for you. You looked at him with your wide eyes. He looked at the clock before looking at you. Why didn't you wake me up? It's been 10 minutes. I was trying to wake you up, but you stopped as he was making you nervous by his closeness. You were trying to process to yourself, but he glared at you and you gulped. He smirks cause he likes the way you were under him, being scared. Today I have an important meeting and I got late because of you. He said, and you looked at him in disbelief. You can't believe what he says. Did you prepare my bath? You nodded and he got it from you and you sighed in relief. He was about to go inside the washroom but stopped and said, prepare my outfit. He said and he quietly nodded. You went inside his closet and started to choose an outfit for him. After 18 minutes, he came out of the washroom in a towel only, which was wrapping around his waist. You looked at him before gulping, and you have used to look at him, but his body language never fails to make you nervous. Is everything prepared? He said while walking some steps near you. Yes, master. You can change. I will wait outside. For how many times do I have to tell you, don't shutters in front of me? He yelled, which made you flinch badly. You bite your lips in fear and look down. He looked at you before taking a long breath and said in his usual voice, since when you behave like a woman, I want you to become a brave girl, not like that anyone can play with you. And I wanted you to fight for yourself. And yeah, accept me, you never lower your head in front of anyone. Got it? You nodded before walking outside. You were waiting for him while holding his tie in your hands. You looked at the clock and then suddenly you hear his footsteps and he comes out after wearing the outfit which is chosen by you. You smile a little after looking at him. He came in front of you and you started tying the tie. You can observe that he was continuously staring at you. You feel really very nervous while doing his tie. You were trying your best to ignore him. He noticed that you were facing difficulty as always while doing his tie. He put his hand around your waist before pulling you towards him and your feet automatically landed on his toes because of the force and you were very close to him that your face was touching his chest. You gulped and he whispered something in your ear. You nodded before continuing and 2 minutes later you were done with his tie. Let's go, he said while wearing his wristwatch and set his hairs with his fingers. You walked behind him. In fact, you were running behind him while holding his blazer in your hands as he was really in a hurry. You both went to the dining table and you were also prepared breakfast for him, so you just have to serve him. He also eats in a hurry as he doesn't want to be late. After 12 minutes he was done. You went near him and made him wear his coat and set his collars from the front side and lastly gave him his laptop. He was about to go but suddenly he said, eat on time. He said and you nodded and wished him goodbye. Author's POV. You are Kim Wan. You worked at Park Mansion as the personal maid of your master Park Jiminff. You are very young to be worked for by someone, but you needed the money for your mom and so that you can give her the best treatment for her disease. It's been 2 years since you are working for him. The first time you met him was unexpected for you. You met him in the hospital where your mom is admitted, and you were worried for your mom's treatment because at that time you had a lack of money, and he was ready to help you, and in return you became his personal maid. You just only to do the work which belongs to him. You don't have to do all the house chores. You live with him in the same house, as this was his rule for everyone who worked in this mansion. And every weekend you went to meet your mom, and now she recovered very well. Time skip at evening. Where's Ryan? He asked from another maid. Master, she is in the garden. He nodded before walking towards the garden. He was searching for you where you were sitting on the chair and looked at the flowers. He went near you before sitting beside you, and you looked at him being shocked, 'cause it's been 2 hours since you were sitting in the garden and forgot about the time. Master, you shuddered and he glared at you. You looked down. What are you doing here? I just came here to water the plants. You said, being nervous. He looked at the flowers in your hands and he took it from your hands and asked, Do you like roses? First you looked at him, being confused, and then nodded. How's your mom? He suddenly asked while looking at the flowers. She's fine now. Did you eat your dinner? Did you serve me? You shook your head before saying sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't look at the time. But I already prepared the food. Let's go. You got up and went inside with him. When, Master, how was your day? You asked him with a soft smile while serving him. He didn't say anything and just nodded while stretching his arms and shoulders. What happened, Master? Are you tired, right? You asked and he looked at you. Just a little, he said and started eating. It's okay, Master. I will give you a shoulder massage after this. You said as this is also in your daily routine. He stopped eating after hearing you and then nodded. She looked at him while he was eating peacefully. You suddenly lost in his face and you thought in your mind as he really looks cute while eating with his small hands. But in actually you know who he is, a dangerous Mafia King. Jimin looked at you and saw you lost, and you were looking at him without even blinking. A soft smile was placed on your lips, like always. Then suddenly his gaze went towards your lips, and his mind went somewhere else after looking at your soft pink lips. He imagined that he had an urge to kiss your lips, but he came into reality and he choked with his food and started coughing. Master, are you okay? You asked as he was coughing and gave him water. He drinks a glass of water and you pat on his back so that he would feel relief. I'm fine. Time skip at 10 p.m. at night. You went in his room and he was doing his work on a laptop. When he looked at you standing near the door, so he puts his laptop aside as he know you are here for him. You went near his bed and said, You shouldn't do such hard work if you are already tired. You should always take care of your health. You said while sitting near him and started to massage his shoulders. He closed his eyes when your cold hands touched his warm body. He felt relief when you massaged his shoulders. Then suddenly he remembered your words which you said earlier. You are here to take care of me. You heard him and said, Yes, I am, but not forever. You said, and he doesn't like the what you said. Shut up, you're not going anywhere until I want. He said in a cold voice, and shiver ran down to your spine. Now you can go. He said, and you nodded. Good night, master. You said and went from there. Time skipped to the next day. You were preparing his bath and checking the water temperature and also put a towel and bathrobe for him which he never wore. You turned back to leave but saw him standing near the door. He was looking at you with his intense gaze. Master, you woke up? You said as you woke up early today. You can take a shower, I prepared everything. You said and took a step forward to leave, but before your feet slipped on the tile because there was some water spreading on the floor. You were about to fall in the bathtub, but before he held your hand and was about to pull you towards him, but he lost his balance and also fell in the bathtub with you. You both were completely drenched in the water, both of your whole body soaked in the water. You looked at him being scared because this is the first time you do such clumsy things. You noticed how you were both close to each other, so you were about to get up but stumble and fall on his chest. You looked at him with your wide eyes and gulped. Wait, he said and came out from the bathtub and forward his hand towards you. You held his hand and he pulled you out of the bathtub. I'm sorry, master, because of me you also got wet. You apologized to him while looking down. It's okay, go and change yourself first, he said while looking at you from head to toe, and your whole dress was sticking on your body, and it's also showing your. But you were unaware of this. It's okay, master, I will change later. Just give me some time, and I will prepare your bath again in 2 minutes. You said as you were already scared. You said and was about to go to prepare his bath again. But he closed his eyes in frustration because he never listened to her master. He took the towel and wrapped it around your body and said in his cold voice, I said first go and change your dress. You scared and nodded before walking towards your room. God, this girl really does something on my mind. Why can't I see her like others? Why does she take a special place in my heart? Even I also don't know what happened to me when she was near me. Time escaped after 2 days at night. He was doing his office work, then suddenly his gaze went towards the door and he felt something suspicious, like someone standing near there. Then suddenly he remembered only you are the one who is allowed to come in his room. Then suddenly he said something which made you shock. Why are you standing outside? Your eyes widened like he saw you. Come inside in 2 seconds, he said in a cold voice. You gulped before opening the door and slowly peeked inside. You looked at him who was already looking at you. You are scared, but he signaled you with his eyes to come inside. You went inside the room while looking down and said, "What are you doing outside? Are you spying on me?" he asked, and you quickly shook your head in denial. He was smiling while looking at you cause he was just teasing you. He looked at you where you were playing with your fingers and he understood that you want to say something to him. "Come here," he said, and you took some steps closer to him and stood in front of him. "Look at me," he said, and you slowly lifted your face and looked at him. "Now tell me what you want to say," he said, and you looked at him being shocked. "Doll, I ask you something," he said while leaning his back on the bed. "Master, can I take a day off for tomorrow?" "Why?" "Actually, my mom wants to meet me and she said there is something she wants to talk to me." "You can meet her on weekend, "Yes, I can, Master, but she wants me to meet her tomorrow. Please, just one day, I promise." You said while pleasing him with your eyes. First he thinks for a minute before answering and said, "Okay, but you have to come by evening." You nodded. "Thank you, Master," you said while smiling. Next day in the morning, "Van, where's my breakfast?" He called you, then suddenly someone came to serve him. "Wait, where's Van?" "Master, did you forget she took a day off?" Okay," he said and closed his eyes in frustration. Because from morning he faced so many difficulties in his daily routine. First he forgot about his outfit, then how to make a tie, then about her breakfast. Jimin in mind, God, what is this? She literally became a part of my daily routine that I can't even do her work properly. She's perfect in everything. Time skip at night. Jimin came back from his office and his eyes were searching for a particular person. Then suddenly a maid came and gave him water. "Where's Van?" "Sorry, Master, but she didn't come yet." "I told her to come back by evening. There's literally night." "Where's this girl?" he yelled and threw the glass of the water. "Go and do your work," he said to the maid, and he also went to his room. He was really very angry and called you, but you didn't pick up. Time skip after an hour at 9 p.m. Master, Van came back. She came here to inform him. Tell her to come here. You were standing on the stairs being scared cause today you disobeyed him. And the maid also told you that he was angry. Your body shivers cause you also didn't pick his calls. Cause at that time you don't have the guts to talk to him. So you just ignore his calls and thought to talk to him at home. But now it's make you scared like you slowly went upstairs gathering all your courage. You went in his room and saw him sitting on the bed and his eyes looked dangerous. You called me master? You asked. Where were you? I told you I went to meet my mom. Did you forget I told you to come back by evening? This fucking night. And now you are coming back home alone? Huh? He shouted and you flinched. Your body shivers after seeing him angry for the first time. I'm sorry, master. But I got some work. Why didn't you inform me if you are getting late, He said while looking at you. I thought you would be busy in your office. You said and tears came out from your eyes. You tried hard not to cry in front of him, but you can't help. He looked at your tears, but you quickly wiped it and asked him, Did you eat your dinner? You asked and tried to act like nothing, but you felt hurt when he shouted at you. I don't want to. he simply said while looking away. I'm sorry, master, just give me some time. I will make something for you. I said I don't want. Go and sleep. He said without looking at you, and you felt hurt, but you went from there without saying further. Time skipped after 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since that incident happened, and now you are doing your work properly. But from inside, there is something which is troubling you, and you are not like your back days. Cause you always used to smile. Jimin also noticed that, but he doesn't know what the reason behind it. He thought to ask you about the head maid of the house, cause she is really close to you. Ajuma, can I ask you something about Ryan? Sure, dear, what happened? Why does she behave differently from other days? I mean, I also noticed it too, but yeah, did she tell you about marriage? He looked, he looked at her, being confused. Marriage? Hmm, she is going to marry. Her mother fixed her marriage with someone. Oh, okay, he said in a low voice while losing in mind with the word her marriage. He was in his office and his mind was stuck in your marriage. How can she agree for the marriage? But it's her life, she can do anything. But why don't I feel happy? I feel like now she will leave me soon. No, I can't let it be happen. But why? She's not your girlfriend or something? He was fighting with his inner thoughts and he's not ready to leave you. He doesn't like you leaving him like this. I want her to be my side forever. That's not possible. If you don't love her, then how? Shut up. I love her. He shouted while fighting with his thoughts. He looked around and held his hair in frustration. God, what the fuck is happening to me? Do, do I really love her? I have to talk with her. You were serving him dinner, then suddenly he spoke. Why didn't you tell me you are going to marry? He asked, and your hand numb after hearing him, and the glass of water fell from your hands and broke into pieces. I'm sorry, master, you said and bent down to collect the pieces. Stop, leave it, he said, and you got up and stood there silently. You didn't answer me, he again asked. Yeah, yes, master, I was about to tell you. Don't you think you are too young for marriage? It's my mom's wish, so I can't say no to her. Are you happy with your marriage? If my mom is happy, then me too, you said with a little smile. With whom you are getting married? He asked as he was angry. I I don't know him. How old are you? He asked suddenly while eating. Huh? I said, what's your age, doll? It's 21. Enough for me. He said the last line while murmuring. Van, what do you think about me? Huh? Confused. I mean, tell me about myself. He took a minute before answering him. You you are perfect in everything, master. I don't think so. Suddenly he held your wrist and asked, am I handsome? You felt nervous by his touch, but you decided to answer him. Yeah, yes, you are, master. Every girl can love. I mean, like you. Do you also like me? He suddenly asked, and your cheeks turned red and shy, and you don't have any words to answer him about this question. Doll, you didn't answer me, he asked. I have to some work, master. I have to go. You said, and trying to remove your wrist from his grip, but he didn't let you go. If I say I like you, what do you think? You stop wiggling after hearing his words. What are you saying, master? Now answer me if I like you. There is no point, master. I am getting married. And you also find someone for you so that she can take care of you after me. Too desperate to leave me, I'm just saying the truth. You said and went from there. He looked at your running figure while smiling and said to himself, I already found you. I don't need anyone. It's okay, doll, if you don't answer me, but your heartbeat and your red cheeks told me everything. But I think I should choose another way to make you mine, he said to himself while smirking. Master, there is an invitation for you. Open it, he said as is still doing his work on laptop. It's from Mr. Kim. He's holding the party for both of your collaboration. Okay. When? This weekend. Okay, you will also come with me, he said, and you got shocked. But master, this is on weekend. So why should I? And you never take me to any of your business parties, then why? Because I want, he said while looking at you, and you got nervous by his gaze. But are you disobeying me? No, no. Okay, I will go, you said and walked out while where he was smirking cause he planned something for you. Time skip. You call me master? Hmm. There is something for you. Open it. You took the bag and found a dress inside it. What is this, master? I'll come to take you for the party and be ready by 7 p.m. And don't forget to wear this dress. But master, it looks very expensive, you said hesitantly. No, it's not. Now be ready. I'm going to the office, he said, and he slowly nodded. Time skip. This is the outfit which he chose for you, and he makes sure that the dress doesn't reveal. You were all ready with all. You looked at the time and it's 6:45. You looked at the dress and it's really looked beautiful. You turned around to see from both sides, then suddenly you saw you forgot to zip the dress. You were trying to zip your dress, but then suddenly someone opened the door. You flinched and turned back to see, and it's no other than your master. You looked at him, who was already looking at you from head to toe. You hold your dress from the bag and stand there silently. Are you ready? He asked, and you hesitantly nodded, but he can guess you were hiding something. He took some step towards you and said, What are you hiding in your bag? He suddenly asked, and you gulped. No, nothing, master. Turn around, he said while looking into your eyes. Huh? I said turn around, doll, he said in his cold voice, and you gulped before turning, and he looked at you where you were holding your dress with your one hand. He moved your hair aside with his hand and looked at your bag. He touched the zip of your dress, which made your eyes wide. It's okay, master. I'll do. He made you stop and started to zip your dress himself. You stood there quiet as your body was already numb when he was near you. You feel chills inside your body when his hand accidentally touched your bare back, but you didn't know that he purposely touched your back and later finally he zipped your dress. He again looked at you from head to toe, while biting his own lips. Then suddenly you spoke. What happened, master? I I know I didn't it didn't suit me, 'cause I never wear those type of dresses. You said, and suddenly he made you stop while putting his finger on your lips and whispered something in your ear. You look like a doll. Let's go, he said while holding your hand, and you silently went behind him. He made you sit in his car before fastening your seat belt and said, Van, don't go anywhere without asking me at the party. Okay, ma. Call me by my name. Huh? I said, call me by my name, doll. He said while driving. But how can I, ma? You were about to call him master, but he glared at you. I mean, Jiminff. You said while looking away from him, cause you feel something, cause this is the first time you called him by his name. He smiled in his mind after hearing his name from you. Call my name once again. Jiminff. Without shuddering, doll. Jiminff, you said in a low voice. My name hears peacefully in your sweet honey voice. He said while looking at you, and you looked at him being shocked. From now on, you will call me by my name. What is the place, Jiminff? It's a club. Why did you take me here? I never came to these places. You said being scared, but then suddenly he held your hand and pulled you towards him. Look, I'm here with you. Don't need to be scared. Hey, Jiminff, he said while walking towards him. Hi, Deong, he said while smiling. Who is she? She's my girlfriend, he said while smiling, and you got shocked. Hi, Mrs. Sontabe Park, he said with a smile, and you just smiled back at him. Jiminff, you enjoy. I'll be back in a minute, he said and went from there. Jiminff looked at you and put his hand around your waist before pulling you closer to him. What are you doing, master? And why did you introduce me as your girlfriend? Shh, you don't need to know. Everything is fine, let's go. He took you in a corner and made you sit comfortably. You looked around and you didn't like the people around. After some time, he took you drinks. Here, take this, he said while giving you the glass. I'm sorry, Jiminff, but I can't drink. It's just a soft drink, you can have it. It's totally safe, he said while assuring you, and you hesitantly took the glass cause you trust him. You drink it in one go cause you really don't like the taste and you just swallow it. He smirks after looking at your empty glass. Let's dance. You weren't ready, but you also can't say no. So he took you to the dance floor and you both danced with each other. Timescape after 15 minutes. Master, I don't feel well. Can we go back? You said while holding him as you weren't able to stand properly. He held you by your waist and said, Everything will be fine after tonight, he said in a low voice. What happened, master? What happened, Ryan? He asked. My body is burning, please. I don't know what happened to me, you said while hugging him, and he patted your back while smirking. He suddenly took you in his arms and took you in a room. He placed you on the bed carefully, and where you are also losing your sense by passing every movement. He kissed your forehead and said, Sorry, love, but I have to do this cause I can't let you go. Now you have become a part of my life. First, he looked at your innocent face before unbuttoning his shirt and coat. Then suddenly he hovered over you. You looked at him with your half-open eyes. He moved aside your hair before. Your mind wants to stop all these, but your body is doing the opposite. Your body reacts to his touch. Master, this is wrong place, you said. He smiled when you also kissed him back. Love, he said while looking at your half-open eyes. Time skipped to the next morning. You woke up and looked around the mess. You were in his shirt where he was sleeping beside you, and he was in his pants. You looked around and saw your clothes and your accessories spread on the floor. Your head is also heavy, that you can't even think about the last night. You looked at some marks on his neck and blamed yourself. You started crying, thinking that you might do something wrong. Then suddenly he opened his eyes when he heard you were crying. He looked at you and you panicked after seeing him and covered yourself with the blanket and tears still falling from your eyes. You can't even do anything except crying silently. Why are you crying? He asked and was about to come near you, but you moved back and shook your head while crying badly. He got tensed up cause he thought you remember about last night, what he did to you. But in actual you were just cursing yourself cause you are thinking it was all your fault. Why? He said, but you again moved back and was about to got up from the bed while holding the blanket to hide yourself. But your legs were numb and you fell just in a second. He quickly came to you and held you by your shoulders and made you sit on the bed and said, Why are you crying, doll? I'm sorry. I didn't do that purposely. You said while looking at those marks on his neck and back. He understood that you don't remember about anything. You looked at the bed and saw the red stain on the bed. You sobbed before sitting on the floor cause today you lost your most precious thing. I lost everything. You said to yourself while holding your head as you were just a simple girl who is living with her mom and she wants to see you getting married and here you are. Suddenly you also remember your marriage. I'm sorry, Mom, you said and got unconscious. He came near you and tapped on your cheeks, but you already lost your mind. Shit, I'm sorry, love. You are innocent. Please forgive me. He said in a soft voice while hugging your unconscious body and lastly kissed your forehead before taking you in his arms and taking you to his mansion. He placed you on the bed and looks at your state. He went to his wardrobe and brought some comfy clothes for you and made you clean first with the wet towel and made you wear his clothes. He looked at you with an adorable look cause you look cute in his clothes, but suddenly he got an important phone call and he has to go to his office. Sorry, love, but I have to go. Take care, he said while lastly kissing your forehead. Time skipped after 4 hours. You woke up and looked around and found yourself in his bedroom. You found yourself in his clothes. You looked at the mirror and saw some marks on your neck. You cried after seeing those marks, cause you thought if only that was a bad dream, but you can't lie to yourself. It was all true that you spent a night with him. How, how will I face my mom? Now I can't work here. I have to forgive about that night. You said to yourself while wiping your tears and walked out from there to your house. Time skipped in the evening. When he called you, but someone came and told him you already went. Sorry, master, but she went to her house. When? In the morning. Called her and tell her to come here. He said, being angry. Maid called you and told you to come, but you refused it and said you will not be going to work there anymore. He looked at the maid being angry. Tell her she is coming or she wants me to come there. You heard him from afar on the call, but you still didn't agree and cut the call. She always likes to test my patience, he said, being angry, and walked out before taking his car keys. Mom, dinner is ready. You stopped after seeing the person in front of you. Van, look, your boss came here, she said while smiling. What are you doing here? You said, being scared cause the way he looked at you. This is what you asked him? She said, being disappointed. Mom, dinner is ready. You can have it. Why? Don't you want to eat? You shook your head. No, Mom, I'm not hungry. You said in a low voice. What happened, Ryan? You looked sad when you came home. No, Mom, I'm fine. It's okay, Mrs. Kim. I'll talk with her. You have your dinner cause you have to take medicines, he said with a fake smile on his face while staring at you with his intense gaze. She nodded and walked towards the dining table. You were about to go behind her, but suddenly he held your hand and took you in an empty room. What are you doing, master? Please leave me, you said with your wet eyes, which are filled with tears. Look at me, he said, and you slowly lift your face to him. Why did you leave the mansion? Please, now I can't work there. Leave me alone. What did you say? He yelled. Please don't tell anything to Mom. I'm getting married next month, so please forgive me, you said, and silent tears came out of your eyes. What the hell are you saying? I'm just giving it tonight, and tomorrow I want you in my room, for you are there for, he said, and was about to walk. I will not come, you said while wiping your tears, and he stopped after hearing your words. You have to, if you don't want me to do something which makes regret both of us, he said while looking at you. You gulp because he threatens you. Doll, I'm trying not to scare you, he said, and kissed your forehead and walked out. Author's POV after 3 weeks. You were working in his mansion as his personal maid, but now you were not like your back days. You were trying your best to maintain the distance from him, but just as much as he was trying to be close with you. You were also not feeling well from some days. Master, dinner is ready, you said, and he looked at you. He felt bad for you cause you looked so pale. like you were not eating properly. He nodded and walked behind you towards the dining table. He sat on the dining table and you served him the food and was about to walk out, but he stopped and said, "Wait, you are also eating with me," he said while looking at you. "There is no need, master. I, I will eat later," you said and was about to walk, but suddenly you fell on the floor. He got up from the chair and ran towards you and took you in his arms. As he was worried, then he called the maid to call the doctor. "Doctor, who is she, Mr. Park?" she asked after checking you. "She is my..." He stopped for a second and said, "She is my girlfriend." "Oh, then congratulations, Mr. Park. You are going to be a father," she said while smiling, and he got shocked but smiled after hearing her. "She is 2 weeks pregnant, Mr. Park, but you have to take extra care of her, 'cause she is weak now." "Okay, doctor, I will be careful next time. Thank you, doctor," he said with a smile while looking at your sleeping figure, and the doctor walked out. "Jimin, thank you, love," he said while sitting near you and caressed your hair. And after some time, he also slept beside you. You wiggle on the bed and he opens his eyes after looking at you. "Ryan, are you okay?" he asked, and you didn't say anything and found yourself in his room. What am I doing here?" "Be careful, love," he said as you were about to get up from the bed. But after hearing him, you stopped and looked at him in shock. What are you saying, master?" you asked. "Sit here. I want to ask you something. Why didn't you eat properly?" "I'm fine. You don't need to take care of me," you said without looking at him. "God damn, what's wrong with you? At least think about the little one who is inside you," he said while looking into your eyes, but you got confused. He put his hand on your stomach and said with a smile, "You are pregnant, doll," he said, and your eyes widened in shock, 'cause this is all unexpected for you. You didn't even come out from your that night, and now this. No, no, that's not true." "What are you saying, master?" "The doctor came to check you and she confirmed it." "No, this can't be happen," you say while cupping your face with your hands. "What happened, love? What's wrong with this?" "What are you saying, master? This is wrong. I'm going to marry someone else," you said and was about to walk out of the room. But he held your wrist. "But you are pregnant with my child. You can't marry someone else," he said in his scary voice. You looked at him and shook your head. "Please, master, this is my mom's last wish." crying. She wants to see you happy and wants someone who can make you happy. I'll marry you. Not because of the child, it's because I love you for so long. You looked at him with your wet eyes. Hmm, I love you. Don't know when, but this Mafia King fall for you, doll. Tears came out of your eyes, and don't know why you felt like there was someone for you except your mom. He wiped your tears before hugging you, and you also hugged him back. I'll talk with Mrs. Kim, and she always chooses the best for his loving daughter. He said while caressing your back to calm you. The end.